This is Larry King back again with a video on how to train a dog to win the Frisbee contest in Central Park, New York City. Okay. Again, a little background. I am the Larry King now that my friend passed away like 4 years ago. May he rest in peace. And so I'm back making videos on dog training tips, travel stories, a bunch of different things. So let me get started with how do you train a dog. So I'm going to start with some slides here from the old days. And I have to tell you, of course, this was in 1980, so we didn't have cell phones, and I usually travel by myself, so I don't have very many pictures, okay, but I do have a few, and those I will show you. So right here, this is in my apartment with the two dogs. I got a Brittany Spaniel, Susie, and the Aussie, which is Dusty, okay. Okay, a little background. We had traveled a lot around the world. We had flown to, we'd traveled to South America, hitchhiked across South America. So she was well trained in terms of obedience. And she had a litter of puppies 1 year, and that was again in my brownstone, and I got to know each puppy very well. Okay, here's some South American pictures. This is in Bolivia, and it shows one of the locals herding sheep. Dusty's a sheepdog, but she stayed right with me, but she kind of monitored the situation, I guess. All right. I will say one thing: when you're traveling alone in the backcountry and you want to take a picture or do something and you leave your stuff there, it might not be there when you get back, so you need a dog to protect it. And here I happen to get a picture of Dusty protecting my stuff. Okay, and there's what we traveled with. We had a boom box where we had two videos, Born in the USA and Pan Flute. Okay, and we listened to those constantly as we walked. So now I'm thinking, okay, we're ready for the park. So somehow I learned the rules. You stand in the middle of a circle. The judge is right there with you. And you have to throw outside the circle. So each throw has to be at least 20 feet. It can be as long as you want. You had, I guess it was 1 minute. I forget even what the time was. And so every catch that she makes outside that perimeter is 1 point. Unless she has all 4 feet off the ground, then you get double points. You get 2 points for each catch. All right. Okay, so game day came, and lo and behold, it was 97 degrees, 100% humidity. It was miserable. My dog has long hair. She was panting at 8 o'clock in the morning, like ready to have a heat stroke. I was too. So what to do? Well, you got to just do as good as you could. So I did fill well, first of all, for 2 days, I would show her the Frisbee, put it away. I wanted her to be really hungry for that Frisbee, and she was. Oh, man, she wanted to get it. So before we went down to the contest, which I think was 1 o'clock, I filled a cooler of ice water and I got the Frisbee and down we went. Okay, so we found a shade tree up where we could see the Frisbee field, and we're trying to stay cool. I remember I was tense, so I was doing some yoga, was stretching my back neck, and she's just laying there panting, you know, and I'm going like, oh God, this is something. So dog number 4 was about halfway done, and so I opened up that cooler and I just poured it on her head to toe, head to toe, head to toe, and she was just shaking and just like invigorated, like, whoa! Okay, game time. All right, so we go down, we get in the center of the field, and oh, then I remember, when you throw the Frisbee, if you want to float it out, where that's easy for her to catch, you'd float it into the breeze, because the breeze would kind of lift it up a little bit and kind of hang there. All right, so everybody was throwing, let's say, to the east. I held up some grass. There was a little breeze coming from the west, and I told the judge, I said, I want to throw to the west. And the crowd's a little close there to the line. Could you? And so he goes over, he moves them back. All right. So we start the contest. And he's got a stopwatch there, and he goes like, I guess he says go. I can't remember that part, but here we go. First throw. Now, when we were practicing, I would count the points. I would go 2 for 2, 4 for 4, 6 for 6, depending on how many points she got. That's just the way I would reward her. And then also, how do you reward them for jumping higher and higher and higher? Well, just give them more reward. And this is how we did it. When she would make a catch, it's like, good job, you know. And then they go higher and, you know, you go, good job. You just keep letting it out. And they're going higher and higher. Oh, they love that feedback, that praise, which is like love, okay? So, again, so we're going out there 2 for 2, 4 for 4, 6 for 6. Things are going pretty smooth. And then I sent a floater, and it's what I call a long ball. Went a little bit longer, maybe 5 feet past the circle. The crowd was sitting on the ground, Indian style. I guess you can, it's appropriate, I guess you can say that. But anyway, cross-legged on the ground. And so I threw it, it floats out over them, and Dusty went for it, and she just knocked this lady over, knocked the glasses off. She went over backwards. And I looked at the judge, and he goes, 2 points, because she had all 4 feet off the ground, even though she had knocked this lady over, okay? So that was like 8 points. And so, 8. So at any rate, we made 11 throws, double points on all of them. So 22 points, and that was the winning score. There was another dog that got 20 points. And this is a good story about what is a champion dog. Okay, well, I can tell you from my experience, a champion dog is a good dog who has a good day, okay? Because you miss one of those throws, it's done. There was another dog just at the end of the contest. It was not like a Frisbee dog or a Whippet or anything. It was like a hound dog. And it would just lope out there, you know, with the ears flopping, and it would catch it and then run, you know, out there. And he's going 2 for 2, so he had 20 points, okay, and he's got one more throw. I'm going like, oh my God, you know. And lo and behold, he threw it, and it's right above the dog, and he's just circling around. He couldn't find it, just comes right down on him, so we won, okay. So I can't remember how we celebrated, but I'm sure I gave her some good love, and so that's the way the story ended. Also, I've got a little miniature dachshund, okay? And I was thinking about, you know, but probably not. You know, she's short, and I think she would have a hard time. So, but if I do train the dachshund to catch the Frisbee, I will make a video for that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like these, subscribe, because what you're going to get is you know, similar topics that you see in other videos, but it's going to be a little bit of a different take on it, simply because each person is different. And they say, oh, just a recap, they say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. So we won the Frisbee contest there, and we were ready to take on the world.